Okay, so the first force that we will discuss is what we call the normal force. The symbol that we will use for normal force is the Greek letter eta. Okay, so yun yung gagamitin nating symbol for our equations later. Now, what is the normal force? The normal force is the force exerted by a surface to prevent an object from passing through. So, suppose you have a box. Kung ilagay natin yung box at a certain height from the ground, then when you release it, ang normal niya na trajectory is it will fall down because of gravity. However, if you have that same box, nandun siya sa same height, pero we put a surface under it, so let's say merong table, instead of falling down, yung object natin will stay in this place. Now, why does that happen? Bakit hindi siya nag-fall? The reason for this is because there is a force that is preventing itong ating box. It prevents it from passing through this surface natin, itong surface na table. And that force, we call that the normal force. Okay? So this is our surface, and the normal force is the force that is exerted by the surface, no? To prevent yung ating object from passing through. Okay? So our normal force is preventing the box from passing through the table. So that's the normal force. Now, since the normal force is a force, then it is a vector. So meron siyang magnitude, meron din siyang direction. So what should be the direction of the normal force? For the normal force, the direction is always perpendicular doon sa ating surface. Now, mathematically, yung term na perpendicular, we also call that normal. That's why tinawag siyang normal force. So if you have this box resting on a surface, then yung normal force natin will be perpendicular from this surface. So pag ganun dapat yung normal force experienced by this box. Now, if iba naman yung orientation, say this box. So again, the normal force should be perpendicular dito sa ating surface. So dapat pag ganun siya. Kung ganito naman, again, the normal force is perpendicular to the surface. So dapat ganito yung direction niya. This is our surface. Okay. So yun yung direction ng normal force. It is always perpendicular to the surface. Now, how about the magnitude? The magnitude of the normal force is just enough kung ilan lang yung kailangan niya to prevent the object from passing through. Okay, so for instance, you have this box here. Normal force that this box will experience is kung ilan lang yung kailangan niya to stop this box from passing through our surface. Sabihin natin ganyan. Now, let's say, nag-apply ka ng force on top of the box by putting your hand on it. Yun, tinulak mo, nag-push ka. So, you expect na in order to keep the box from passing through, it will exert a greater normal force. Kasi kailangan nyo i-counter ngayon yung weight ng box plus yung force na in-apply mo through your hand. Now, if yung box natin, hindi naman siya in contact with the surface, so there is no danger na magpapass through siya sa surface, so we expect that there is no normal force. Now, say, idikit natin siya dun sa ating wall. If nakadikit lang siya dyan, there is no force pushing it to the wall, then hindi din kailangan ng normal force kasi wala namang danger na magpass through yung box natin through that wall. But say, take that same situation, and then meron ka ng force applied doon sa box, pushing it to the wall, and we expect this time na meron siyang normal force to prevent the box from passing through our surface, which is the wall. So yun yung magnitude niya. It depends on how much force yung kailangan niya para hindi mag-pass through yung box doon sa ating surface. So again, that is the normal force. It is simply a force that prevents an object from passing through a surface. No? And yung source ng force na ito, saan siya galing? It is exerted by a surface. So, yun yung ka-interact ng object natin, yung surface. That is applying the force. And the direction is always perpendicular to the surface. Palagi siyang perpendicular doon sa surface natin, preventing it from passing through. Now, the amount of force that is exerted by the normal force, the magnitude of it, depends. Now, kung walang contact or walang force pressing the object to the wall, then wala tayong normal force. And then, the more an object is pressed sa isang surface, then we expect a greater normal force preventing that object from passing through.